This will be my last film review of 2018, and needless to say, this was a pretty good year in terms of films. Isle of Dogs, Black Panther, First Purge, Deadpool 2, Venom, Sorry to Bother You, Breadwinner, all those titles I can think of were all sort of great in their own sort of way. With a few misfires like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Upgrade, and Have a Nice Day, Mile 22 and Suspiria, which I didn't really care for, but we're not going to talk about that. I'll leave that for another discussion in terms of my annual countdown. So I want to talk about the movie Vice, which I just saw earlier today, and needless to say, I was pleasantly surprised by the results and also satisfied. I'm glad that they made this film to teach the audience a lesson or two about idolizing certain politicians and also being suspicious of your leaders, because sometimes they can turn your back on you just like that. Christian Bale provides a good performance as the titular vice president himself. Richard B. Cheney, otherwise known as Dick, but if you use that so openly, it makes it seem like some sort of weird sexual metaphor, so I won't go into detail about that. And overall chronicles the life of him as he started off as an intern and as some sort of drunkard who dropped out of Ivy League school, and then working on to the George Bush years from 2001 to 2009 as his VP. It chronicles all that matters along with some of the cronies that he used to work with. Now people going to see this are going to be expecting some sort of buddy comedy between him and Bush. It's going to be funny. Let's show him shooting the guy by accident and saying, "Go fuck yourself." That's not what this movie is about. This movie is certainly a lot more than just him shooting someone by accident and saying, "Go F yourself." This movie is an intense political drama of sorts that deals with a lot of issues at stake here that resonate to this very day. Adam McKay uses the script very effectively to tell a story that is altogether disturbing but also important at the same time. I know it's also going to be very politically divisive, as has been shown through the cinema score it received in the US. It received a C+, and as well the reviews by critics themselves have not been too kind, which can only tell me one thing: that neocons, who make a large number of the Democratic Party, and most film critics support the Democratic Party, unless you're Michael Medved, don't support some sort of radical leftist message that Vice is definitely coming across as. Now, there are some things that do humanize the Cheney character, especially between him and his daughter, who happens to be LGBT. Overall, it's very critical of him. I myself approached it, in a sort of bipartisan perspective. It's very much filmed in the vein of a lot of Oliver Stone's early films, like JFK, Nixon, W, and then also Michael Moore, who's probably the greatest influence for this film, more so than Oliver Stone, in terms of the biting political satire that's in this film. It is not a comedy. It is quite serious, but it's also quite effective, albeit though there are some issues in terms of time continuity, in terms of we don't get to see a lot of him during the Bill Clinton years, or Obama years. We don't see that. We see him, doing Reagan, Nixon, HW, and Bush. We don't even see him, reference during the Trump years. But I think he'll probably have that as part of his next film. It'll be called The Donald. You never know. Adam McKay is one of surprises. He used to be known for doing very sort of broad comedies, but a lot of his films now are certainly pretty serious and very topical. And I think Vice itself is certainly a lot better than his previous effort, The Big Short, which I know has good intentions, but it was also too talkative and wordy and really didn't have a sort of cinematic flair. This had some surreal images and some sort of biting, intense imagery that The Big Short didn't really quite have, even though it had Anthony Bourdain, God rest his soul. It's certainly more effective and more to the punch. And I think we need that to combat the sort of divisive media or fake news, Fox News, CNN, God knows what. We need, more people like this to kind of speak up. Otherwise, it'll be, sent to sheep. It'll be sheeple, just like Alex Jones said, who even makes a brief cameo in this film, pointing a gun at the screen. Well, I'm glad I saw Vice, and that was the last film I'll be seeing this year. Hopefully, you know, not another one sort of surprises me. I only have about one day left, but it's too late now. I honestly don't care. And 2019 doesn't look that interesting to me either. I mean, come on. Shazam and Lego Movie second part. They could be good, but I'm not holding my pedals on that. On Us, I'm kind of on the fence of it. I'll see it, but I'm not too invested into Jordan Peele's new movie. So feel free to subscribe to my reviews and my upcoming countdowns that'll be coming very soon. This is Skinny Ebert signing off, and till later, keep on cinema going.